Bro, what mindset did you have that were able to put yourself in the position you are in right now?
So I would say just acting like the future version of yourself and doing the same thing as that person would do on a daily basis. Because I believe that's the easiest way to know if what you're doing right now is the right thing. Or what do you think?
Yeah, I think about about the mindset where you are at now, or like overall where you are at now. I think it's about acting like the person you want to become. So if you want to become X version, making Y amount of money, then you need to act like that person 12 months before you're actually that person. So I think it's like it reflects on the actions you take, and you really need to take the action that the person that you want to become takes every day. So I think it's a lot about that, and if you do that long enough, and obviously like stay right with the mindset, then eventually you're gonna start be that person.
Yeah.
I personally experience it. So that's kind of it, acting like the person you want to become.
And I believe in the beginning when everyone, like when you're starting a business or starting something new, you are of course going to work on the wrong things many times, things that doesn't really matter. But when you have this mindset in the back of your mind, just asking yourself, what would that person do in this specific situation? It's going to help you out so much.
100%, 100%. But let's take it back a little bit, like kind of who we are and like our story, so they get to know a little bit more about us. So begin with you. What's your story, bro? What's your story?
So I've been in this game for a pretty long time. I've been in it for around 3 years. Started when I was in high school. Done other businesses, posting content before that as well. But that's when I started to take this shit seriously. I started to sell digital products online. Made my first like 40k USD online around that. And then from there, or last summer, I decided to shut it down because I didn't really enjoy it and it wasn't really scalable. So I started the agency that I'm running today, helping online fitness coaches grow and scale their businesses. So yeah, that's basically my story in a very simple format.
40k USD, what's 16?
Yeah, it's 16 I believe in total from that.
That's crazy.
What's your story?
Yeah, so like we obviously like grew up together, like we've been friends like pretty much our whole life. I think we went to the same class between like the 4th grade to 9th grade, right?
Yeah.
Was it in the... No, it wasn't in the 1 to 3rd, right?
Yeah, but we have always been in the same school, I believe. Like since we were
like now
small.
we have 1 more year left in like something in Sweden called gymnasium. So we still go to the same school, but not the same line. We don't have any classes together. But we obviously like grew up together, known each other our whole life. And yeah, so kind of my story, like when you obviously mentioned you started in the 9th grade with obviously selling digital products, and you like started posting online, and it was kind of, everyone made fun of you for that, to be fair. And like I was inspirational by it, because I wanted to do that as well, but I didn't have the courage to do it. So then obviously that goes, like a year goes, we're right now in the gymnasium in Sweden. Like I think Christmas 2024 comes around, and you start showing me this, you do this stuff. I get sold immediately because I think it's like some quick get rich scheme. So I started doing it as well. But did it for like 4 months, made no money. I was kind of lazy as well. I didn't really put in the work, to be fair.
Yeah, but you still did something.
Yeah, right. I still did something. Like most of the people watching this, they won't even do nothing. So yeah, and then like summer 2025 came around. Started my agency with Cold Outreach 2025. Grew that to multiple 4 figures per month. Then in 2026 scaled with paid ads and implemented the AI into my agency. Scaled that to 20k per month. So yeah, that's kind of my story, a quick breakdown. We obviously like we known each other like our whole life, as you said. Kind of cool to see how we have developed into the persons we are right now. But yeah, like overall, like talk about your like mindset overall, bro. What do you think like really necessary for you to evolve as a person and get?
Yeah, so when you are going to do anything like posting content online, you just have to stop giving a fuck about what other people think. And in order for you to do that, or what helped me out of it, because when both of us started posting, like I remember we got tons of hate. Like people have, I think everyone has been talking shit about behind our backs. Like we have been in group chats probably.
Yeah.
But you just have to stop giving a fuck. And what helped me out of that situation was basically my why. My why was super strong, like the reason to why I'm doing all of this. Because I've always felt different. I've always been wanting to do more. I've always been creative, try new things. So I believe that has been the thing that has helped me through all of this. Or what do you think? What helped you out of
Yeah.
the hard times?
Yeah, to be fair, you started posting like way before me, to be fair. So you kind of got the first hate wave.
Yeah.
But like I started like summer, like I started popping off with the cold call videos last summer. So then like everyone knew it. And yeah, obviously like in the beginning, like that was, bro, it was not fun, bro. It was kind of embarrassing as well because the content, not high quality anything. I was like sitting in my room, cold calling. That was not really fun, to be fair.
But you went viral.
Yeah, I went viral, but to be fair, well, it's not fun to go viral. Like,
No.
it's not even fun. Like, to be fair, like I don't want to go viral. So yeah, it's not even fun to go viral, to be fair. But yeah, I went viral with it, and like a lot of people, like, I know everyone was talking about it. As you said, like we 100%, we were in group chats, 100%. And then yeah, obviously like the mindset you obviously I had at that point, you know, just focusing on the daily actions. And then now it's a little bit fun to see it because now it's like people see it, they know it, they don't really say anything because they know they can see that it's going good. They can see that you, for example, you travel to
The
other
story
countries.
says.
Yeah, they can see the story says. They see everything, but they no love at all. So yeah, bro, that's kind of a reality check overall. So you don't, like I always say this, you don't really have that much friends, you know. To be fair, like obviously, like the friends you have, but people you know, they're not your friends at the end of the day.
And I also believe like our generation is pretty fucked because the thing is no one is actually supporting each other. If I would see someone else try something, like post a video, like I would be supportive, I would help that person out, maybe give some advice. I would not sit there and hate. But what do you think about our generation, and why do you think everyone is hating?
Yeah, bro, you know what it is? I think like people overall, like they're so used to like the normal stuff overall. Like, bro, no way to normal stuff. If you want to go to school, get a 9 to 5, like do that 100%. Like I'm not gonna stop you from doing it. But like when people see something that's not out of the normal, then they kind of start like raising an eyebrow. So yeah, that's kind of what I think. So like no hate, but it's kind of it's fun to see. Like when I went to my bay, I was in like a mastermind. Like people at like that country were completely different, you know. Like we were like obviously we had the vlog for the entire trip, we recorded it, and like it was not even strange, you know. And like if you pull up a camera here, it's kind of strange, to be fair. I don't really like doing it as well.
No, not me as
But
well.
it's kind of yeah, very strange, to be fair.
I remember we was in Malmö, a city in Sweden, last weekend, and we were going to record some content, and I could just like see people going
Yeah.
by and just laughing, and that's like how people are nowadays. I just believe it's super weird.
Yeah, 100%, 100%. Like, what would you say is the biggest challenges you faced in your journey? You know, obviously, like going from like properly starting to where you've been able to achieve now at such a young age.
So the biggest challenge that I can clearly remember was when I just shut down my old business that was generating me multiple four figures every single month. So I went from something to then being back at zero again. I had zero money coming in every single month, and I just hated that feeling because I was so used to actually making money online. It might sound pretty weird, like a luxury problem, but yeah. So when I started my agency, I lowered my prices. I was charging like $200 per month. So I started to attract clients. People came to me, everything looked great on the paper. I had the clients, but all of them were super low committed. I didn't really care about who I was actually taking on. So I reached a point where I was working with 10 one-on-one clients, and I just hated it. All of them were shitty clients. They didn't respect me, expected the world, and I was working my ass off every single day. So I felt super burnt out, and I just hated taking all the calls with them every single Sunday. And it's all my fault because I wasn't picky with the clients I took on, and I was undercharging so much. But what was your biggest challenge in your journey so far?
Yeah, before I even get into it, like overall, like charging these low prices, I think everyone can relate to that, especially in the beginning. You're chasing that quick payment, and then you automatically lower your guard and like charge these prices. But yeah, my biggest challenges overall is like nobody believing in me at the end of the day. Like when I started, I obviously like we're not really doing the same thing, so it's kind of hard to bounce off ideas with. But yeah, nobody believing in me at all. Like when I started, you know, like I had like no one pretty much, and it was, to be fair, it was very lonely. it was very lonely. I'm sure you can relate.
Yeah.
It was very lonely, and that was kind of the biggest challenges. And obviously, I wouldn't say like I really had a problem with people like making fun of me, because I never like experienced it like really. I know you experienced it like more than me. I've never really experienced it, you know, to be fair. But yeah, like overall, like my biggest challenges was just, you know, being in that phase where you're just alone, grinding, and you're not really seeing the results you want to see. But you're working so hard, but you can't really see the results. So that's kind of the biggest, the biggest challenge in my journey overall. And yeah.
It's basically the same thing as Alex Ramosi say. You had to go through that lonely period where you feel lonely because no one else is doing the same thing as you. But what was the key things that like made it possible for you to go through that period without giving up or doubting yourself?
Yeah, so the key things I obviously like had to go through, or like what I had to implement to get through those periods, was just, you know, believing, like just having a delusional belief that one day it will work. One day this is gonna work. One day it's gonna work. It sounds like crazy when you like think about it, but that was just the belief I had. So like there's no magic formula or anything. Like it's not like you can buy a course and everything is fine or something like that. There's no magic formula. I think it was just, for me, it was just putting in the work, daily actions every single day. And like eventually I'm gonna start seeing the results I wanted. And I kind of experienced that this year, really. So that's kind of the thing, you know, like there's no magic formula, just like having a delusional belief at the end of the day. What's like, what for you, you know, obviously you had like a lot of challenges in your journey. Like when people like saw your content, and like what made you like keep pushing and like keep striving for
So I would say, like as before, it's basically my why. That has been the main thing that has been pushing me through, and just like having a strong mindset overall. I don't think this journey is for everyone. I'm just going to be completely honest. It's not for everyone, because I don't think, like, I would say 99% of people in like wouldn't be able to go through these things without giving up, because there's like you have to go through these tough periods where people is hating, looking at your content, but also when you're working without seeing any results, you're basically doing free work. But that's just what you have to go through, right?
Yeah, bro, the first year I didn't make much money, to be fair, bro. I worked harder when I was making like 1K per month than right now. I was working harder back then. So that's kind of like something you have to experience. But obviously, as you said, like to get through those periods, like what you say as well, like 99% can't do this. I'm 100% sure that if they were in my position, you watching this, if you were in my position a year ago, you wouldn't be where I am today. Like, because I like had that delusional belief, and I believe to be able to get to a position you are at now, because you can't just get to someone without knowing the why. Like, not to someone, just to somewhere, without knowing, you know, obviously the why. Like, what was your why to why you kept pushing in the hard times and like strive for greatness? What was your why?
So I would say just like building something up for myself. As I said, I've been selling stickers, I've been posting content since I was 10 years old, YouTube videos, so I've always been this creative, like little guy that has been wanting to do something different. And then also just like for family reasons as well, like I want to make them feel proud of the stuff that I've been doing. And for me, it hasn't really been about, to be honest, how much money I make, you know, the expensive stuff. Like I can't care less about those things. The only thing I basically care about is just seeing the people around me happy, and having the feeling inside of me that, you know, I'm actually proud of the stuff that I'm actually doing. Or what is your why?
Yeah, first tell them, bro, what did you do for your like family, like when you made like
money? So the first thing I did was, to be honest, taking all of them out for dinner. I went to this like nice restaurant, and I just like spent $200 on that dinner, surprised them. And that was an amazing feeling, like no feeling beats that. So yeah, I would say that's the best thing I've ever done, to be honest.
Top 10 respect moments, top 10 respect moments.
That's true.
Crazy. But yeah, like you asked, like what's my why? My why obviously like was to gain that like location freedom, and it was also to, you know, obviously provide a bit to my family, you know, like so they don't really have, because right now like they're not paying for anything. Like, I'm paying for everything myself. And like a lot of 18 years old don't do that. Like I know, like everyone that I know, they don't do that. You know, obviously their parents pay for like pretty much everything. So like obviously like I take care of all my expenses right now. Everything I spend, that's from my pocket. So that's very nice to do. So like it reduce, like obviously like I still live with my parents, so they obviously like still pay, you know, for food like when I get at home, which I 100% respect and admire. But yeah, I think and yeah, like the location freedom as well, like just to wake up and don't have a job, bro. Like I told myself, bro, like in the beginning, bro, I'm not gonna work a job. Like there's no way. There's no way I'm gonna work a job. So yeah, that's kind of really like my why, and why I really pushed through it.
You have already achieved your goals then. You don't have a job.
Yeah, I don't have a job, bro. I'm not gonna have a job either.
But yeah, so one, I don't know if this will be the last thing, but one thing that I really believe we have to talk about is sacrifices. So what would you say is some sacrifices every person has to do to get to the point where you are today?
So there's two sacrifices you can make. You can either make it with money,
Yeah.
or you can make it with time. So for me, I didn't really make a sacrifice with money because I didn't have money like when I started, you know, that much. So I'm not gonna spend my parents' money either. But I didn't have that much money. So like for me, a sacrifice was time, and like to sacrifice time, you have to sacrifice other things. So for example, like after school, you can't go out, you know, do that. Like I don't really like enjoy that either, you know. Like, obviously,
Yeah.
I have my friends, I got that, but yeah, to like party stuff like that. Like I wouldn't even say it was a sacrifice because I never even enjoyed it at the first place.
Yeah.
But for me, it was just like, you know, putting a lot of time into it. You know, every day, get home from school, craft my skills, get better at sales, cold calls. That really, you know, shaped me. So it was just like for me, like big sacrifice was putting in the time, bro. That was crucial for me to get where I'm at now.
Yeah, I
So,
really agree with everything that you're saying.
yeah.
It takes so many things. Like every single day after school, you just have to get back to. You do like the homework. That's what I did. I did homework, then straight back to work. Started to work on it. I didn't even know if it was working or not, but that's just a part of the game. I was waking up at 5 a.m. in the morning as well every
crazy,
single day
bro.
for
That's
an
crazy.
entire year. But that's the reason to why I'm able to be in the situation when I'm able to, you know, travel to meet my clients in person and just like do more nice things. But also when it comes to money, I've always been kind of investing my money since I started my first business. But I would say this year I made more investments. You too. We went to an event in the beginning of the summer to listen at some big guys in this industry. Then into mentors as well, like traveling to meet clients. Or what would you say?
Yeah, bro. Before I even get into it, that's 5 a.m. thing. Like, if you know me, I'm never gonna wake up early, bro.
Yeah, I know that, yeah.
I like to get my mornings, you know. Okay, let's get like 9 a.m. Relax a little bit. I like to work like either late at night, bro. I don't like to go up, bro.
Yeah, you're staying up all night.
This guy is like waking up 5 a.m., bro. You gotta respect it at the end of the day. Like crazy, bro. How do you have that, bro? How do you even like do that, bro? It's
I don't
crazy.
know.
Crazy.
Like it's not fun, to be honest. You know, when the alarm goes off in the morning, you don't want to go up, especially in the winter. You know, when the bed is, you know, super warm and everything is cold. You just want to stay in bed. But yeah, I would say it's all about the why. Everything comes down to having a strong why and having clear goals in your mind, because then you're going to do it. Like the first thing I do was going up, doing some cold outreach for 2 hours.
That was trenches, to be fair. Like last year we really went through the trenches, and now we obviously like can see the outcomes that we got. And the one thing I want to mention is as well with the sacrifices. In the beginning you're gonna sacrifice a lot of time, but like once you like evolve, the sacrifice really doesn't really become time. It becomes like money.
Yeah.
Like I spent like 5k on a course, bro. It sounds fucking stupid, bro. It sounds stupid. It sounds very stupid. Like it sounds so stupid. But like that really, I got like very good systems from that course that I can implement into my agency, like my business, and that's really gonna, you know, like, am I really gonna be thinking that in a year's time that I invested this? Not really, you know. Then I'm gonna have that system, so it's really good. And like I obviously, like we went to that like Copenhagen, that mastermind. I've been in like Marbella mastermind as well. Gonna go to Italy, a mastermind in October. So like, yeah, it's like then you're gonna really like, you don't really make that investment with time overall, then you make the investment with money. And I think we should round up the video quite soon. But one thing I want to ask you as well was kind of for the future. Like, what's your plan moving forward, and like which mindset are you really gonna adapt to that version of yourself, and like where do you see yourself in like a couple of years? I know it was like quite a
Yeah.
Many questions,
Yeah.
but like tell me a little bit about how does the future look? What's the mindset for the future, and where do you really see yourself in like a couple of years?
Yeah, so the goal for these next 12 months is to 4x the monthly revenue. At least I want to meet, I'm traveling to Ireland next week to meet more clients in person, but just meeting all of my clients in person, because just building long-term relationships with people, I believe that's the biggest key. Just investing into that. That's super important. Building relationships, like networking events, also like going on trips, like traveling. That's the first thing I'm going to do when school ends. That we have been talking about that, to experience new things, new cultures, and meet other people that from online. So just like traveling, building relationships, keep investing into yourself, meeting clients, and just like taking it from there. Or what about you? What's your plan
Yeah.
after school now? And
First day of school ends, we got a plane, bro. Like we're gonna bunch off to Europe, bro. But yeah, like overall, like the plan I have for the future is kind of like for the future, obviously like build that long-term relationship with the clients. Like that's so powerful, I think I'm gonna meet a client tomorrow. It's not like guaranteed yet, but like building that long-term relationship with the client, so that you're really not reliant on like new sales all the time. Like you need to have like your clients and like you really build a long-term relationship. And like the mindset I'm gonna adapt is obviously like, yes, figure out like where I want to be in 12, 20, 24 months, for example, and then start taking action every day on what that person would do every day. So that's kind of what I would do. And where do I see myself? Like, to be fair, I don't really have like a clear set future, but obviously I see myself, going to more masterminds, meeting more people, speaking at more masterminds, hosting masterminds, and like
that's the goal, yeah.
help people, with their own agency, maybe scale that, like 10K per month. Like I want to do that as well. Obviously, I know it's quite hard to do it, you have to build the right foundation. But that's kind of my next goal, to be fair. Obviously, I'm still looking to, obviously focus on the business I have right now and grow it. But that's kind of the next goals. And where do I see myself? Obviously, right now we're in Sweden, and I'm not like, I don't hate Sweden at all. I think it's like a very good country. It provides great resources. Taxes is quite arguable, but
Yeah.
like I think overall, like I just want to like get more of the world overall. I want to see the world at the end of the day. Like,
Experience.
yeah, like I'm not even like big into this like Bali, Thailand, and those stuff. Like it's kind of a little bit gay, to be fair, but like I like these countries like Europe, Croatia, Spain, Italy. I like those type of countries very much. So yeah, like maybe like rent some apartment there and just like lock in, and build generational wealth, and then obviously like build up a family as well. Like that's like without a family, I have nothing at the end of the day.
Yeah, and
So
just seeing all of them happy. That's the goal, right? To build a family, see your own family happy, your mom, your dad, and just like feeling proud of the stuff that you have actually done. I believe that's the goal, knowing that you have made a positive impact on the people around you, right?
yeah, like 100%. What you say, like I don't really have anything to add. You really need to make that positive impact. It's so important. And yeah, I'm sure like a couple of years time, bro, you're gonna see us chilling in like other countries as well, 100%. So
100%.
it's gonna be crazy, it's gonna be crazy, and hopefully we can host masterminds together in the future, bro.
Yeah, let's run it up.